Hey guys, it's been a minute. Today I don't have a VFX video or a 3D tutorial, but I actually have a film emulation video. Not only that, it is an official review of the Dehancer film emulation plugin. I've been following the work of this plugin for a long time, thought it looked really interesting, was really curious about it, and luckily enough they actually reached out to me and asked me to make a review of their product. So of course I said yes, and here I am bringing you the review of the Dehancer plugin. This one's specifically going to be for Davinci Resolve. I know they have it for Lightroom, they have it for Photoshop, Capture One, After Effects, Premiere Pro, stuff like that, but my favorite software right now is Davinci Resolve, and that's what I'm going to be reviewing it on. So let's see what this thing is all about. Dehancer is a film emulation plugin led by Pavel Kosenko, who is a color scientist, photographer, and founder of the largest film laboratory in the ex-USSR. I grabbed that straight from their website. While I'm here though, I'm going to read some more of what they have to say about Dehancer. It's a software of products for film-like color grading. They also state that the product features, quote, truly analog controls simulating real film behavior and effects. Some solid claims that they're making there. And honestly, looking more at their blog post, they know exactly what they're doing. There is so much amazing information here about film emulation that is backed up with lab tests and examples. If you don't use the plugin, this blog is an amazing bed of knowledge for people to learn what it takes to emulate film correctly and convincingly. So I would highly recommend checking that out. Now let's look at the plugin itself. Just to let everyone know, the website states this pretty clearly. This plugin is extremely resource intensive. It is not cheap to run and even more expensive to run smoothly. There is, however, a useful benchmark that you can run from their website that I would recommend trying before purchasing the plugin. Okay, let's check out the features of this plugin. I'm not going to dive into every single detail, but I'm going to give an overview of the main components of the plugin, starting with the input. I like doing all of my editing, grading, and VFX in Aces, and luckily this plugin works seamlessly in that color space. So I bring all my clips into Aces, and then I just set the input to Aces. Then there is some basic exposure, color temperature, and tint adjustments. Then we're going to the film profile. This, in my opinion, is what brings Dehancer above a lot of other film emulation plugins. They have so many different film profiles to choose from the classic cinema film stocks like Kodak Vision 3 to the beautiful still stocks like Cinestill 800T and Portra 400. There is so many stocks that they have recreated. It is absolutely incredible. You can spend hours finding the right stock to emulate for your film. It's fantastic. Not only that, they have a slider where you can push or pull the film stock by 2 stops. So they emulated the colors of a correctly exposed film stock, then they pushed and pulled it 2 stops and incorporated that into their plugin so that you can have even more fine-tuned control over what the image will look like. Amazing. The next highlight is the film print. Most movies are printed on Kodak 2383 film, so I tend to go for that. But there is an option to print to Fuji 3513, linear, and Cineon film log. All really useful profiles. After that, we get into the image damage part of Dehancer. Film grain, halation, damage, stuff like that. The halation and bloom section should go hand in hand. They have really nice presets along with solid customization for every aspect of the halation and bloom look. I place these two together because they typically go hand in hand when emulating film. Film damage, film breath, gate weave, and vignettes are all nice additions to the emulation. There's a false color and highlight clipping section for monitoring your levels. There's a global effects slider, LUT generator, and overall effects quality options. That is the basic rundown of Dehancer, and as you can see, it is incredibly feature-rich and allows for massive amounts of quality adjustments and controls. Let's take a look at how I went and developed one of these shots from the intro. I begin by setting all of my videos up in the Aces color space. That way I can change my source to be Aces CCT, and I don't have to worry about changing that on a per shot basis. Now I'm going to change my film stock immediately to be whichever one I really like. Right now I'm going through all of the different options that they have. So Kodak Vision 3, Cinestill 800T, all of that stuff. Now I'm changing the film compensation, basically going through and adjusting the image range, and then I'll change my film print. I tend to choose the Kodak version just because it seems to be a much more balanced film stock for this shot. Now I'll go ahead and change the color head. So in this panel, I can go ahead and balance the colors out to be a little bit better. Now I need to go in and fix the white balance. I decided to fix the white balance before the Dehancer node. It gave me a little more power to change it there rather than within the node itself. Now I'm going to fix the light spill that's happening on the main character. It's a bit too harsh for me, a bit too punchy, so I'm going in and isolating those ranges, and then I can go in and adjust the color itself. Here I'm tweaking which areas are going to be isolated by this color change, color fix. I wanted it to be a bit more subtle than it was originally, so that's what I've been doing here. Now to help feel everything, how to make everything feel much better, is I'm going to add film grain and film halation and bloom. So I'm going through and selecting which preset of halation that I enjoy more. I tend to go on the more subtle side, try not to be overly punchy with it. And then if I'm going to do halation, I also include the bloom. Now in the damage, I can go ahead and start adjusting things. I tend to never leave any of this as default. I'm going to adjust the final saturation of the image once again outside of the actual Dehancer node, just to help isolate those specific processes outside of the Dehancer plugin. And that's how I completed this shot. So why would anyone use Dehancer? In my opinion, it's for the person that is not a colorist. Someone that loves the look of film, that shoots film all the time, but doesn't do a lot of actual professional color grading. It happens to be me. I don't do a lot of color grading. I'm not really a color grader. But I shoot film a lot. You can see in the background, I have a bunch of film cameras. I love shooting film. And I love the look of film. I personally think that you absolutely can get the look of film through digital means. I believe Steve Yedlin actually said it best, where if you can visualize the difference between digital and film, you can emulate the difference between digital and film. It's a process that you absolutely can do. And with a trained eye and with really good skill, you can do that. Luckily, I don't have to have that trained eye or really good skill. I trust the people at Dehancer. They have really good articles. They have really good people that really know the process of color and really know the process of film emulation. And their plugin is really, really, really good. And it really takes someone that's a novice like me and makes it feel like coloring is the most fun thing in the world. I can emulate my favorite film stocks, and I can do so in a way that isn't pulling my hair out because I can't tell what needs to be done to make the image better. I really like Dehancer. I think it's an amazing product. If you have the means to purchase it, I recommend. And if you want to purchase it, I have an affiliate link. This is my first one ever. I don't usually do that because I don't know. I haven't found a product to really push me into that direction, and this is the first one that really has. I'm going to be using it on just about every project I do now to really kind of solidify the look of what I'm going for. And I think it's amazing. I'm really happy with it. So if this is something that you like, if this is something you're interested in, please use the affiliate link. Purchase it. It's great. It really is. I'm just looking at one aspect of it. They have iPhone plugins. They have Photoshop and Lightroom plugins. I believe they have one for Premiere and After Effects. Like, there's a whole lot. It's really great. So please try it. I don't know. If you don't do it. I don't know. This is the product that I was really searching for, and something that I really needed. And I'm really happy that it came through. I really wanted to review it. I wanted to look at it. I wanted to see what it could do. And after a few weeks of testing the footage, oh my God, it's perfect for me. I really enjoy it. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to watch more, I have other content. I do a lot of VFX stuff. I do a lot of 3D work. And sometimes I stream here and there if I find a minute to do it. But thank you again for watching. I appreciate it.